Though I am not old, not grown, a life of peace I've never known. The only place I call my home lies burned to dusty ground. There's no one here to take my side, no brothers back behind to hide, no mother's arms outstretched and wide for me to wrap around. Instead the arrows they do fly as foreign bombs fall from the sky to help our neighbors, help us die. I hate you all. So what is it I've learned from war? While blood is smeared across my door, my sister branded as a whore, my father in the dirt. I learned the lesson of the heart, that none can join what God does part, but I'll be damned if I don't start. There's no one left to hurt. The devil, he wears blue and white. He comes to me now every night. His teeth are sharpened for a fight. To me, I'll make him bow. A bullet now between his eye, and one for me, and we shall die. There's no one over me to cry. They're waiting for me now. They wait for me behind high walls, and I am growing ever tall, until I see their lips and all to kiss forevermore. And as we fall down one by one, I wish I'd never touched that gun. I haven't got the legs to run. It's hell that's left for me. The wall I built back brick by brick, they fade from view. It makes me sick. This tragic weave I could unpick if I had had the time. I lie now in a fiery grave, and to the devil I'm a slave. My wretched soul cannot be saved. It burns forevermore. So what is it I've learned from war? While knocking on my coffin door, I've learned to try and learn no more. It's hell that's left for me.
So we're going to try and remember what we said before?
I'm not saying what I said before.
Okay.
You can ask, but I'll say something different.
So, we have with us Loverproof.
Hello.
How are you doing? You all right?
I'm very well, thank you. Yes.
Yeah?
I'm very good.
We brought you here.
I know, that's why I'm so
Steinway's
good.
house.
I've just been literally sitting here playing the Rolls Royce of pianos, which has been lovely.
And this is actually the Rolls Royce pianos, is it?
I think so, yeah. It's opinion-based, but I would say it's up there.
And you can tell the difference?
I'm not going to say no, now we're sitting here as well.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
For the record, it is the Rolls Royce of piano.
There we go, that's official from Loverproof.
Yes, it is.
You've got other names, obviously.
I do.
You've got two other names. Tell us your two other names, please.
Well, my actual name is Kira Haydar, which is, my name. I did perform under that name before, now I've kind of performing under the name Loverproof. I have... My actual surname, though, is triple-barreled.
Go on. Go on.
So Kira, we've got that down.
We got Kira.
Milhem Mustafa Haydar. That's it. I mean...
Excellent.
Well, how long's your name?
It's nice and short.
Right, brilliant. Thank you for that.
Yeah, no, but it's an incredible name, but it's because it's half...
I'm half Lebanese, half Irish.
Yeah.
That's on my Lebanese ID card, so I mean, it's kind of been locked up.
Tell us how you got involved in the music industry as well.
Well, I started playing when I was about 5. And
classically trained.
So I went and I studied classical piano and to be a classical singer. So I originally wanted to be an opera singer and do all of that. And then I kind of realised that, not to be down, but I probably wasn't good enough to be an opera singer. But then as I was doing my degree, I got more and more into jazz. And from there I got into writing. And then from there I got into songwriting. So yeah, kind of started off classically, wheedled my way in. But I still love classical music. I still love playing it. And I occasionally write instrumental stuff.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's kind of how I got into it, really.
And how did you go from the classical to pop? What was the turning point? What did you hear that made you suddenly go, yeah, this is what I
tell you, well, exactly what made me want to start writing was definitely Amy Winehouse's first album. I think I was about 15 when I first heard it. And before that, I'd kind of thought, well, I can sing and play piano and I can play other people's songs. It was a lot of jazz standards. And then heard that album and I kind of thought, I could probably... yeah, I can write for myself. It's not a ridiculous idea to write my own songs. And it was actually that album that... I've never had that reaction to anything else since, I think, still. And yeah, from there, it took me a while not to be ridiculously horrified to play them in front of people. But after I got over that and started getting some honest feedback, yeah, it kind of... I haven't stopped writing since, really.
Tell us about the track you performed.
Yes, I performed a track called 1991. Probably not the
It's quite dark. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounded quite dark. The lyrics were
not the most happy-go-lucky of songs, but I mean, it's kind of about... I spent a lot of time in Lebanon, obviously, because I'm half Lebanese, when I was younger, and although I was, you know, I'm not going to say that I in any way was like living through it, but I always will remember watching news, and footage in the Middle East is often so much more graphic and, you know, I mean, sometimes quite rightly so, I think. So I think maybe combined with obviously family and friends being there and my own experience of remembering, you know, what was going on at the time. Yeah, suddenly I kind of got this story about, you know, living through war. God, it sounds so heavy, but...
but it's awesome. I think it's great. Do you know what it sort of reminded me of some of, you know, Johnny Cash when he writes those kind of honest songs about sort of...
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those that I would never dare try and, you know, sit there and make it some kind of full band track. Or I think your piano's really minimal and it's kind of, you know, just hopefully the story tells itself. But yeah, I do really enjoy playing it because I do tend to veer towards the hopelessly melancholic, but it is one of my favourite songs to play, so I'm glad I got to play it. So I think my confession, depending on, you know, where you stand on Snipers, I am going somewhere with this, was having tea with Snipers on my grandmother's, the balcony of her apartment in Beirut when I was about 7. The apartment looked over the big national football pitch, and because there was a politician doing a rally, we had all these kind of like gunmen on the roof, and I'd like to say I served them tea, but I just sat and drank tea with them, and they were really nice. I'm pretty sure they may, I mean, yeah, there were a couple of bullet shells on the balcony the next day, but other than that, really nice guys. Tragic weave I could unpick if I had had the time.